guys, my name is Jake. Welcome to Canadian Cutting Edge. This is going to be an unboxing. I think there's 4 fixed blades and 1 slip joint knife. There might be 5 fixed blades. We'll see. I don't remember exactly. I'll take a look and cover them as we go. That's all the intro. I'm going to try to do this more like a live unboxing, but I do have to do a little bit of editing because my camera can only record in 4K mode for 10 minutes at a time, and then it stops. And so hopefully I'll notice right when it stops. If I don't, then okay. This was bought from White Mountain Knives and shipped to me here in Canada directly because, you know, they're fixed blades and slip joints. All of the knives in here are available in Canada except for the TwoSun. The TwoSun, there's no store in Canada that has those. Oh, there's one. Oh, you saw the picture already. Yeah, you saw the picture already. Even a Victorinox. Yeah. Oh, here's the TwoSun. It's a big, long box. That's a chef's knife. Something from Civivi. Well, there's only 3. Well, I guess I got that wrong. It's not 4 or 5. It's 3 and 1. So, Sencut, Civivi, Victorinox, and TwoSun. We'll start with a TwoSun made in China, as are most of these knives. That's Victorinox, so that's Sweden. The rest of these are made in China. I'm a big fan of chef's knives, and so I do buy chef's knives every once in a while. I tend to give them almost all away to family. Where did I put that knife? There it is. So this has got some really tight tape on it, so let's just try to cut that off without cutting into the handle at all. If I got the one I requested, I made 2 requests for chef's knives. If this one was out of stock, the one that I really want was out of stock, then he'd send me a different one. Yeah, I do get a small discount from White Mountain Knives because I will be reviewing these, and I'll be telling the viewers, you know, that I'm getting the knives from... Yeah, I can pull on it. There's a plastic sheath around this blade, so I can pull on it without, you know, harming my hand here. Let's just pull this out. There we go. Ooh! And I'm gonna have to take this out. Hopefully you can see it there in that light. You can see it. It's a common sheath that they have. I'm not gonna take the time to do that to show you that right now. Let's just take some of this oil off with a tissue. Very careful along that edge. Now this is 14C28N. Oh, who's that designer name again? Some of you are going to know right offhand. Let's get a little closer to the camera. Right there. So you know that designer name. I'm terrible with remembering the names. This is the TS901. So it's a smaller chef's knife. What is that? That's about 7 inches, 6.5 inches. I don't know, something like that. Yeah, quite thin at the edge. 14C28N. And a little plastic stuck on there. Wooden handle. Oh, let me see if I can get the light better. So that light a little bit better, a little bit. So 3 pins, solid wood. There is a hole for a lanyard if you want to tie it up. Full tang all the way around. Wedges here, so for the pinch kind of grip. Nice. I have somebody in mind that I'm going to be probably giving this to. So hopefully I'll do the review before then. Well, I'll have to do the review before then. And somebody special's coming over for Easter. A family member, a niece of mine is coming over. So yeah, there we go. The TS901. Let's take a look at the Sencut next. So that's a chef knife. This is more of an outdoorsman's kind of knife. We got a sticker. Like I said, I'm terrible with names. I reviewed this knife. I forget the name of it though. You can find it on my channel. Search for Sencut. And there's the Sencut sticker. That's still sealed up there, right? Oh, by the way, this is the Harns Timberwolf with a lockback. I'll be reviewing that next. So we'll see. Now, I'm not fond of, a Tech Lock style. This is the Terzula Tech Lock alternative. The Terzula design. I've got junk on my shirt. Jake, pay attention to what you're doing. There is a hole here for drainage. Other than that, it's a pancake Kydex style sheath. I'd much prefer a different kind of sheath, but with this kind of sheath, you can attach different kinds of ways. I prefer a dangle, but that's not bad, especially if you want to do scout carry. So let's take this off. Take that out. And there's a blade guard for the tip. So yeah, this is a nice deep blade, thin on the handle. Look how thin that is. Focus up here. There you go. That's a thin handle, but deep enough this way. Full tang, lanyard tie off on the back. 3 screws holding it together. That's well over 1/8 of an inch. Swedge here, drop point, saber type grind, big sharpener's choil. Yeah, I kind of like that. This is not a super light knife. Not very heavy either, but it's got enough weight to it, being that full thickness all the way up to there. At least down the middle. That makes that stronger. Now, what steel is this one again? I've forgotten what steel this is. What's it going to say on the box here? They usually do 9CR18 MOV. So, yeah, a decent stainless steel. Better than 8CR13. And keeps a good edge. Sharpens well. It is a budget steel. Hardness is usually around 59-ish on the Rockwell C scale. So yeah, there's some chipping there. Certainly it's for some big hands. My hands have extra large size in the width. My fingers aren't super fat, or chunky or anything, but I've got, the width this way. So if you've got wide hands, look, there's more handle left over right there. But this is still comfortable. Yeah. That's a decent knife. I think a lot of hunters would like a knife of that kind of style, but it's a good just outdoor EDC as well, I would think. We'll find out when I do my testing, and I will do some testing. I'm going to save the slip joint for... No, I'm going to save this Victorinox for last. So, Victorinox, you're going last. Let's put these guys on the screen a little bit. Just up there. Just there. Okay. Move that over. I didn't finish cleaning up yet. The Civivi. It's the Elementum. It's the Elementum slip joint. And still sealed in the box here. So let's break that seal ever so gently. There we go. We'll see what we got in here. I asked for the wood-handled variant if they've got it in stock. They've also got a resin handle, nice multicolored blue resin handle. Yep, it's the wood one. You get your microfiber cloth, you get your stickers, you get your information. You get a nice Civivi pouch. Excuse me. And there it is. Right and left. I like real wood. This is, solid wood handle. It's less than 1/8 of an inch thick on either side. It's a 2-hand opening. The nail nick right there. You don't really need the nail nick. It's not that strong of a back spring. But other than that, it's very Elementum-ish. Yeah, there's a stop pin right there that hits right in here in the sharpener's choil. So when you go to close it, you can just close it and not worry about risking the edge. The lanyard hole up here. think this comes 5 different ways or more. There's probably some exclusives. This is supposed to be 14C28N, I believe. Let me just look it up right here. Yeah, 14C28N. And yeah, I'm a big fan of slip joint knives. I really, really like them. If you learn to use a slip joint knife safely, then you can use any knife safely. And I grew up with slip joint knives, and you should too, if you've not grown up yet. And if you've grown up yet, now's the time to learn how to use slip joint knives. I really believe that. Slip joint knives, they're just so versatile and non-threatening, and they're legal in way more places around the world than any other kind of folding knife. Friction folders, I guess, are just as legal, but slip joint, yeah, that's a nice hollow knife. That's a hollow grind, yeah, a nice thin edge. Of course, black wash finish. There you go. I'll review that guy coming up. The last one, I haven't reviewed anything from Victorinox for a very long time, have I? Well, this is a fixed blade. Now, some places it's called the Victorinox Venture Pro. Other places it's just called the Victorinox. Oh, I didn't go over any of the prices of this. I'll do that at the end. If you're still curious, keep watching. This one is simply the Venture Pro. There is a variant that has a bow drill divot in the handle. And on that one, you've got extra options on the sheath as well. It's got, I don't know what it's all got, but it's got, I think, 3 extra. It's got a fire rod, like a ferrocerium rod, tweezers, something else. So it costs more. So let's do this one, the price at least. This one at House of Knives, it's $95. Blades Canada, $94.99, so it's still $95. 3 colors, green, red, and I think another one. So if you want the bow drill variety, you know, with the steel divot, that's $145.99. White Mountain Knives, where I got this one, 14C28N blade, and this is $75 at White Mountain Knives, minus 10% with coupon code CCE. We've got a hex hole right there. So it's called the Venture Pro in some places. Other places it just has the number, what is it, 3.0. I don't know. I'll probably put it on the screen if I take the time to edit that, but I'll leave links down below in the description to make it easy for you to find these. We've got jimping right near the tip, so that if you're going to be cutting like this, you've got that jimping up here. There's no other jimping back here. There's the equivalent of jimping on the handle scales right here. And I believe this is a nylon molded. It's maybe it's some other kind of plastic, a different kind of poly. But that actually feels quite good in the hand. Let's look at the balance point on this. Not bad. Not a bad spot. Full flat grind. Fairly thin at the edge. Tiny little sharpener's toil. And it's got the divots right there for the pinch kind of grip. You put your thumb in there. Supposed to be an outdoorsman's knife. Sort of like a, not a Scandi grind though, like a flat grind. Interesting. Plastic sheath. And this is designed, I guess, to go through this way. Pull it tight. Oh, I didn't weave that through there. So let's push that back. Put that through there. That's soft, that ring. Pull it through there. Put this over here. So if you want to carry it like this, you have to attach this somehow to something, or use this loop for your belt. And that holds it. So right or left, just fine. And clicks in, not a super strong click. A little bit of rattle. Not sure what I think of that. We'll see. And yeah, see, you turn it around, goes in either way. So right or left friendly. Decent. So yeah, so there you go. Now it's going to rattle a whole lot less, like if you've got that in your belt. Still does some. Yeah, so I told you the price of that. This guy, the Elementum, it's at House of Knives. I don't think Blades Canada has any of these. I looked, I could be wrong. But House of Knives has got these right now at $85.99 Canadian. White Mountain Knives, $55.25 American, save 10% with code CCE. And like I said, a number of different ways, including a nice, beautiful blue resin one. But I thought I'd get this nice wooden variant. This is the TOXODON. This is $52.96 at White Mountain Knives before the discount. House of Knives has it $82.99 Canadian. It's not too bad, pretty close to the American price after you factor in the exchange rate. And it's already in Canada. And there was another knife that I thought he was shipping me, but it's just not in here. There was supposed to be another Sencut, the Sencut TOXODON. It's an Ostap Hell design, but it's not here, so I'll get it some other time. This guy, the TwoSun TS901, $49.99 American at White Mountain Knives. And yeah, not sure what kind of wood that is. I'll try finding out on the TwoSun website if I can. The website's not always up. It's not that great of a website, to be honest with you. They're getting better, but... Thanks for watching this unboxing. Thanks for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And so remember, friends, always cut towards your chum, not your thumb.